Hello and welcome to our FinovateFall 2021 25 and 5 video interview series. My name is David Penn. I'm a research analyst with Finovate. Joining me today is Patrice Bofa. He is the CCO of Arkose Labs. Patrice, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, David.
So Arkose Labs is one of the companies that's going to be demonstrating its technologies at FinovateFall this year. We're very happy to have them. I thought maybe as a way of getting things started, you could tell us just a sentence or two about your company for those who are meeting Arkose Labs for the very first time.
Sure. So Arkose Labs is a fraud prevention company. We are pretty much focusing on all the fraud items around kind of like your web applications and preventing the common registration, login, ATO attempts. So that's pretty much our core business today.
Fantastic. We're going to get an opportunity to talk a little bit more about Arkose Labs in the course of our conversation today, but I thought a little table setter would be nice given that everybody's concerned about fraud these days. So it's great to have a company like Arkose Labs as part of our FinovateFall lineup this year. So if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started with the 25 and 5.
Let's go.
All righty, here we go. What's your favorite meal of the day? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
I will go with dinner. Definitely
Okay.
kind of like family moment. So yeah, that's kind of like my pleasure is dinner for sure.
Fantastic. What's your favorite season of the year?
I will go with summer. Summertime, being outdoors, love summer. So summer for sure.
I love that one myself. What's your favorite sport or recreational activity, either to watch or to participate in?
I like surfing, so that's why summer is a great season for that as well.
Oh, great. You're a second big surfer here on FinovateFall. We'll have to hook you two guys up. Let's see. What's your favorite vacation spot or getaway?
I love Indonesia, Bali in particular. That's far away, but definitely my go-to destination. Love the place.
Oh my goodness, that is a great one. Let's see. Time to relax. Are you more likely to listen to music or read a book?
I will go listen to music. That's my relaxation, kind of like my being in the bubble. So definitely enjoy that.
Sounds good. Do you own a smartwatch?
I do.
Got one and wearing it. Fantastic. Do you use a robo-advisor for your own personal investing?
A small percentage of it. I tried. I'm very curious, so I give it a try, but it's kind of like a small percentage of my overall investment portfolio.
That's not a bad way to do it. What's your favorite mode of public transportation?
I'll go with the train.
Trains are popular. Do you own more in digital assets like Bitcoin or more in physical assets like gold?
Definitely more in Bitcoin. I haven't been invested into kind of like physical assets that much. So yeah.
Yeah, Bitcoin taking over the world. Without naming names, what does your current bank do right?
They're okay. I think there is at least based on my experience, kind of it's very hard to change banks. So they do a decent job enough that it doesn't require me to go somewhere else, but there's nothing amazing. I think it's very hard to kind of like compare banks offers one to the other. Yeah, I think for me, it's really simplicity, kind of like being able to do everything online. That's kind of like the bare minimum that I expect from a bank.
Okay, well then in that case, let's take a look at the other side of the coin. What does your current bank need you to do better?
I would say a little bit on the reporting. That's one thing that I use kind of like more one of those legacy banks today, kind of a lot of fintech companies or even some of the aggregators like Mint or others, like they provide a very good reporting about where you're spending your money, kind of like areas of improvement. And I think that's something that I wish kind of like traditional banks would incorporate in their reporting. They're making some progress in that area, but it's still not at the level of kind of like some of those aggregators that provide very deep reporting into, yeah, where is our budget, where is our wealth, where we're spending our money. So I think that's an area at least that providing that level of visibility definitely helps me on, yeah, day-to-day household budgeting.
No, that's an excellent thing. Let's see, who is the most inspirational person to you in technology right now?
I would say it's a little bit hard. I will go with the cliche of Elon Musk just because of the amount of ground that he can cover. I think that's quite insane when we look at everything that he's doing, not only in tech, but across the board. I think that's I have the feeling that he's living like 10 lives in one. I won't be able to spread myself out that way. So yeah, I think that's definitely something that I respect much. Must be an insane amount of work, and yeah, definitely impressive from that perspective.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. What would you say is the best city for technology startups that nobody knows about yet?
I would say Singapore. I spent quite some time there, and they have a very sharp startup scene. Like their education system is quite good. They have kind of like the very small country that allows them to test a lot of things, and obviously they have kind of like the financial power to sponsor a lot of those initiatives. So I think that it's when you look into the Singapore startup scene, they're really thinking like way ahead of time, and that's quite impressive. It's something that not a lot of people know about it, but there's definitely a tech scene there that it's quite relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. So incredible place. What would you say is your most unpopular or controversial technology opinion?
That is a really tough one. I think that we were talking about digital currencies. Like that's one that sometimes when I see a kind of like the spread of kind of like all the offers that we have around crypto, I think that is definitely something that my opinion is like, I have the feeling that we're spreading thin and people are just trying to take bets across all the offers. And I don't, I have a hard time seeing like how that's going to pay off. I think it's, people doing peanut butter investments and betting a few cents that those are going to convert in millions. Like, I struggle a little bit with that position. And obviously, knowing that it's very hard, in particular for millennials right now, I can see myself getting into arguments around, is that kind of like the best bet just to grow your wealth over time? So
yeah, well-warranted skepticism. What would you be doing for a living if you weren't involved with Arkose Labs?
Most likely I will be working kind of like in the hospitality, kind of like travel, something totally different. Outside of tech, I will really try to shift. Something that I would enjoy, like meeting people, travel. That particular vertical is something that attracts me a lot.
Oh, very interesting. Let's talk about Arkose Labs a little bit. What problem does your company solve, and who does it solve it for?
I would say we solve anything related to fraud, and we solve it for any company that has a presence online and where kind of like users are trying to take advantage of, as I say, registering fake accounts, trying to log in, doing kind of account takeover type of activities, validating, testing credit cards, validating gift cards. So anything that it's online that could affect a company business, people trying to fake their identities, that's really kind of like our core business today. And it really applies to core verticals, from gaming companies that are monetizing their games that have a bunch of users, to fintech, to tech, like everyone that is really trying to validate identity and making sure that there is not any kind of like malicious behavior in their flows when they're trying to monetize or identify users. That's really where we fit in.
Excellent. What would you say is the most unique aspect about Arkose Labs' technology?
I would say the unique aspect is a combination of kind of like all the machine learning AI models we have, and also kind of like we have a very strong secure operations center. Like we're very lucky that most of our customers are Fortune 500 companies, so we bring a lot of knowledge to the table, and that really helps to differentiate ourselves from some of the fully automated solutions that they have to kind of like set a baseline that it's the lowest common denominator across their customer base. Like our technology allows to very tune and be sharp on a use case per use case and customer per customer, making that our solutions way more effective than what we see today on the market.
Oh, very interesting. Let's take a look at the other side of the coin, from technology to the team. What do you think it takes in order to build a strong team, in your opinion?
I would say diversity. That's one of the key things. Like we got lucky, we're a young startup. We were able to attract talent from a lot of companies that have done that in the past at a different scales, and bringing kind of like all people from different backgrounds, different cultures together. I think that really helps to have a different sense of opinions and try to agree on the best path forward. I think one of the challenges when you try to build a team, if you only bring people at your level with your background, with your views, it's quite limited. Like you're going to just replicate something that we've done in the past. Here we have, I would say, we're lucky that a lot of people come with different backgrounds, different opinions. We get to argue and find kind of like the best path forward. So it's definitely something that I strongly believe in. Different level of seniorities, different level of cultures, different backgrounds in the industries that are going to help us kind of agree on a path forward and also innovate. Because as I say, keep bringing people like you, it's very limiting. Like you're going to build what we've done in the past, so not very innovative from that perspective.
Yeah, very well said. What would you say is your biggest professional takeaway from 2020, the year we just had?
It's very hard working from home and being isolated. So I will say that's my biggest takeaway. We reopened our office a couple of months ago, and it was amazing. I've been at Arkose for kind of like almost a year, and that was the first time that I got a chance to meet my boss, to meet my coworkers. So my whole onboarding was during kind of like 2020 at home, which I would say company was great. We have a great experience, like all the workflows, everything works perfectly, but obviously getting a chance to meet people in person and socialize with them, because I think that's the biggest challenge. Like as much as we try to do social interactions over Zoom, kind of like being in person in the office, sharing lunch, talking about something else at work, that's really what creates kind of like the company culture that I was looking for. So I think it's, for me, the big takeaway was being at home, definitely hard, productive but hard, just to build a lot of those relationships, and being able to get into an office that really kind of like expands the social aspect that we definitely need in our day-to-day work as well.
Absolutely, can't beat the in-person experience. Where do you see Arkose Labs in the next 2 to 3 years, say?
I would say 3 years, I would love to see us going public. That will be kind of like maybe one of the first fraud companies going public. I think with our growth rate, obviously we are on track to be a unicorn. So I will put the unicorn before going public. But yeah, that will be my ultimate goal. I think that taking a company public is a lifetime experience, and I definitely want to be part of that. I've been in high growth companies before, but I've never got a chance to go public. So at least for me, at a personal level, I think that will be a kind of like great experience going through that process.
Fantastic. Let's go back to a few personal questions here. Would you consider yourself a cat person, a dog person, neither, or both?
I would say both. Right now I have 2 cats, 2 hairless cats. They have like both personalities. I like to travel, and obviously dogs are a little bit of constraint when you're not home. So that's that's one of the limiting factors. Like in my past career, I used to travel a lot. So that's the reason why dogs were a challenge for me, but I would love to have both for sure.
Yeah, those hairless cats are something else. My nephew and niece have a pair, and they're really something else. Let's see. If you were a famous artist, would you be more likely to be a novelist / writer, an actor / director, or a singer / musician?
I will go with director. I'm not able to sing, and my writing is more than average. So director seems like a safer bet for me.
Fantastic. What's your favorite holiday of the year?
I will go with 4th of July. Like I like that it kicks off the beginning of the summer, like fireworks. People are very, very getting into the summer. So I just like that 4th of July vibe. So it's different from other holidays. But yeah, a lot of people would pick Christmas, but obviously my family is being remote. So that's why for us, Christmas, it's usually not that big family celebration. So yeah, 4th of July is my next best choice, I will say.
Oh, interesting pick. What are you looking forward to most in your personal life plans this year in 2021?
I would love to be able to go back and travel a little bit more. I think kind of like the past couple of years, didn't get a chance to travel that much. Is something that I enjoyed quite a lot in my personal time. So just being able to travel a little bit international as well. That will be kind of like a great thing. Just discover like new places and go out and travel. So something that I've been holding up for the past kind of like year or two. So definitely looking forward to that. And hopefully we're going to get there this year or next.
Fantastic. All righty. And then for our last question, what is your favorite thing about being a part of FinovateFall 2021 this year?
I would say it's really about learning. We have a lot of people joining and kind of like meeting people and learning from them. I think that's the most important part for me. It's kind of like all that sharing. That's kind of like the main reason why I want to be part of it is learning from others and have those discussions and try to challenge and try to figure out how we can solve problems together or identify like potential opportunities. I think that's why you guys have like a great setup and great platform just to achieve that.
Fantastic. And that's our 25 and 5. Thank you very much for participating.
Thank you, David. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely. And again, Arkose Labs is going to be one of the companies that's going to be demoing their latest technologies at FinovateFall in New York in September. So be sure to check out their demo, network them a little bit, and of course, enjoy their 25 and 5 with Patrice Boffa. Thanks again for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in New York.
Thanks, David. See you there.